Milap Zaveri is a director that has brought us gems like Jaane Kahan Se Aayi Hai and Masti Zade. He gained much popularity with the 2018 film Satyamev Jayate and created a notion in his head that an intentional over-the-top commercial action film is the way to go. His filmography 2018 onwards, with Mar Jawa being an addition to the same trope of over-the-top cliches of Hindi cinema, is something that I still can't comprehend or understand. Mar Jawa, as we all know, other than its beautiful music, was an over-the-top, outdated masala film that had little takers even when it comes to its box office numbers. But as John Abraham is a star in his own right, what makes better sense from any kind of point of view actually is to add a sequel to a film that was financially successful. The 2018 film was loud in its patriotism and fervor, with Abraham mostly killing bad guys, burning petrol pumps, and ripping tires with his bare muscles because, he's the hero, and Milap Zaveri and subtlety don't go hand in hand. When it was announced that a sequel of Satyamev Jayate is being planned, I had actually predicted it to be an underwhelming project that I won't be looking forward to, mainly due to three reasons. It's formulaic in its nature, it's loud and crass with its messaging, and I'm just not a fan of Zaveri's school of filmmaking. I'm not saying this as a snob who is not a fan of commercial Hindi cinema and what it represented at one point of time. I have had immense fun in theatres with films like Dabangg and Ready, but the filmmaker somehow makes those same commercial tropes almost unbearable and cringeworthy. I was actually looking forward to how over the top can the creator get with this film, and my god, has he exceeded all expectations with respect to how loud, over the top, and just the limits he can go to, because in his book, no rules apply. The sequel to Satyamev Jayate is filled with nationalism and a love for one's country. There was a time in the initial stages of Akshay Kumar and John Abraham's career 2.0 where they were doing films with a national sentiment, where audiences were actually glad and happy that stories from a nation's perspective were being told. They raised a sense of pride in being Indian, and the box office numbers of those films are a testament to exactly that. But when you fail to reinvent yourself and hit the beats that you know will generate a sense of feeling within the audience, not because you gravitate towards the story, but because you know the feeling it would generate, it takes away the spark that should ignite within an artist to tell a story to the masses. John Abraham is an actor that I'm a fan of, and I'm a little disappointed to see him in a formulaic rut of these chest-thumping and loud films that have reached a sense of exhaustion at this point. The sequel presented a John Abraham multiverse, really begging the question of how many Johns are too many Johns. We see John, who presumably is fighting against corrupt practices of the government and is successful in influencing the masses to march against their corrupt ways. It's clear that John has twins as children, one of whom joins politics and is consistently working towards leading by example and instilling a sense of honesty and an India without corruption through his portfolio. And the other brother seems to have gone rogue, possibly having been cheated by the system and is on a journey of bloody revenge. There seems to be another John who is the police officer, so there are many Johns. I currently can't keep track, so no one can. I don't even think the filmmaker knows what he's doing. How these two worlds collide eventually, unearthing the reason why there were problems in their relationship and where they ended up, possibly makes the entire storyline of this bizarre and over-the-top film, and I wholeheartedly say this because the pitch of this film is clear through the trailer. I mean, you have a John who breaks a TV with his bare hands, picks up a bike with an individual on it as if it's a warm-up for his shoulder workout, bangs the table during a political meeting, breaking it in half like it's California's fault line in the disaster film 2012, and finally is seen either flinging individuals in air or actually flying to combat his counterpart in perfectly clad Tiranga clothes. This also made me think about this. Did the characters coordinate the colors of their kurtas before they fought with each other because they knew that they had to develop a sense of nationalism while fighting with one another also? There are also two things that did not surprise me about the trailer at all. When it was announced that Divya Khosla Kumar was the heroine opposite John in the film, I was curious whether there will be a consistency in her performance of all the music videos I have seen her in, and she definitely did not disappoint. Her performance is exactly the same as her music videos. Wide-eyed, stoic, and unintentionally funny. So props to her for that. And second, of course, something that never surprises me is Nora Fatehi. A John Abraham film and there not being a Nora Fatehi song is next to impossible. I think she has signed a lifetime contract to feature in every John movie until he retires. That is a constant that will never go. Milap Zaveri had said during the promotions of Mar Jawa also that his film is an ode to 80s filmmakers like Manmohan Desai, Prakash Mehra and Rakesh Roshan. While the intentional pitch of the film is something that you can still get mentally ready for, we can still have an assessment of whether that dedication to iconic filmmakers is done well or not. I can say wholeheartedly that Mar Jawa was definitely a poor ode to those same filmmakers, and this is a sequel that will be jarring and loud to the point where it puts the legends to shame as well. लोगों का मन डरता है सुन के मेरे जिगर का नाम 56 inch. You know what the translation of the subtitles is for 56 inch? Shit scared. Who is responsible for these subtitles? मेरा फंडा डांडी नहीं है, डंडा है. I mean, come on, dude. At least the 80s filmmakers that this film is dedicated to had better writing. And you know, there was a time where if you simply criticized a John or Akshay film with a national sentiment, you would be labeled an anti-national. But there is a sense of exhaustion that audiences are feeling with the same kind of films just repackaged in a different way. We have experienced an OTT revolution and audiences have celebrated patriotic films like Sher Shah and Sardar Udham that are understated in its messaging, have a sense of nuance and realism, and this is the new language of film that audiences love and want to spread the word about. While Satyamev Jayate 2 might be a throwback to the 80s, its loud and over-the-top dialogue delivery, unintentionally funny action and bizarre pitch is something that audiences have left behind. At least I would like to believe so. This one just made me scratch my head in disbelief, and someone rightly pointed out to me on Twitter, it's Humshuckles just with patriotism at this point. And that was the video, guys. Write down in the comments below what you thought about the trailer. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram. The handle's right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.